Hey everyone in the supply chain field, thanks for coming back. And it looks like I've piqued your interest and you want to see a visual of how this cost to serve application works. So I'm going to share my screen with a little PowerPoint demonstration I've done. So bear with me and we'll get into the nuts and bolts of it. And then I'll show you in an Excel program of how it really works, and it can pay dividends with your company. So here's your typical distribution center warehouse, and it's storing all this product, and you've probably got a budget on here of anywhere from $2 million to $10 million a year, and you're wondering, okay, where does all this money go? And like I said in my other videos, it most likely is just the quote cost of doing business. Okay, and there's really nothing that the company does to incorporate this into the product. So let's pretend we've got this fictitious company and we've got 3 items that we sell. There's a Gaylord that takes up 42 cubic feet. There's a little tiny coffee mug, just plain Jane, that's 1/20th of a cubic foot. And then there's also a printed one. Georgia College, how about that? Good college. That's got some print on it. It's a value add, and I'll get to that later. And then we got a water bottle. It's 2 cubic feet, okay? So obviously you probably know where I'm going with this. What I'm doing is discussing cubic feet, because what we do with my exercise is I take the total cost of your operations and I break it down by the cost per cubic foot. Your operations cost a certain amount of money every single day to operate. And I do that by cubic foot, and I do that with the same with your inventory. Okay, so now we have an apples to apples comparison. Okay, and you've got your typical DC or warehouse. You've got a whole bunch of racking. You've got some shipping and receiving here. You've got some battery changing area, some office area, and you've got aisles. Okay, I don't typically count that space in the factor of that cost per cubic foot, okay? Because it's all about inventory. Where are we storing the inventory? That's what this building is for. So that's going to be the cost per cubic foot basis, all right? And maybe in here, there's a little value add area that we're putting that ink on the coffee mug, okay? So keep that in the back of your mind. So when I get all this information from you, and I'll do another video on all the information I need, I'll have an Excel spreadsheet that comes out, and it'll show me which items you're losing money, which items you're profitable, but also show like which items you're spending the most money on and what have you. So there's all different pie charts I can do. So like, for instance, one of them would be, here's the Pareto analysis. Okay, in this example, it looks like 10 items are taking up about 90+% of the cost. And that's going to be the way with most companies, the 80-20 rule. But like I said, there can be also linear adjustments as well, or pie charts to show the big winners and the big losers. Now, this program itself, just a quick summary, it's not a new accounting method. So your controllers, your accountants, they're still going to do their allocations for tax purposes and for the business. Okay, this is a total separate standalone system. It's not hooked up with any warehouse management system. And here's a couple things that, like I said, I would need to get this running and to do this for you. It's basically the inventory dimensions, quantity, and price, meaning standard price, which you pay, and sales price, and the days of supply. And I can talk about how to gather that stuff at an individual basis as well. And if you have customer information, I can do that as well. So now you'll know which customers are your most profitable and least profitable. This, once we get done, and I'll go into more detail, there's going to be items here that are going to be shocking how much inventory you're losing money off of, but there's creative ways to adjust your business and not just get rid of that inventory. Some you might have to, but I'll give you some tools to look at that. And then I always say, share this information with other groups, and it'll help the business as a whole. And like I said, I did this as a software as a service, but people said, Rob, it's better if you do it. We're too busy with our jobs. And I said, okay, no problem. So I'm so confident that you're going to have a success with this. All I ask, $100 up front. Okay, once you get me the information, I'll be able to plug this in. And then once I get the information, I'll call you and I'll explain to you in generic terms here's how much you're losing. This is the percentage and what have you. And if you want to buy it from me for that fee I have set up, then we can buy it, or you can buy it, and I'll submit the documentation to you. Okay, so let me go back again and go into more detail as far as how this actually works. And I'll do it with an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so let's get here. So that distribution center, let's say it was 100,000 square feet. Okay, 100 by 1,000, and it's 36 feet high. Okay, that's 3.6 million cubic feet. Okay, let's just say for conversation piece, the storage area, you know, where you have it is 2 million cubic feet. The rest is, like I said, aisles, shipping and receiving, office area. And your operating budget is $7.2 million. That's $3.60 a month, a year, 30 cents a month, and a penny a day per cubic foot. Okay, everyone with me? So we've got our three items. There's the Gaylord, the water bottle, and the mug. They each cost $1. The Gaylord you sell for $4. The water bottle and mug, $2. So the salespeople and everyone else, hey, we made a $3 profit. They're dancing in the streets. Look at this. The water bottle and mug is only $1 profit. Well, here's where the program comes into play, okay? That Gaylord is taking up 42 cubic feet. It's bigger real estate. It needs to take more of the cost because it's taking up more room, okay? So the daily rate of that Gaylord is 42 cents a day. Now, if you're turning your inventory, all three of these items in 30 days, look at the magnitude. That's $12.60 to run that Gaylord through the warehouse and out the door. You lost $9.60. Now, the water bottle was 2 cubic feet, 2 cents a day, 60 cents a month. You still made a profit, but it was only 40 cents. And then the coffee mug, being so tiny, it only takes up 1.4 cents a month of your operating budget. So you still have a 98.6 cent profit. Okay. And then remember that colored, the Georgia College we had on the mug? What if you had like a value add? You had to send certain items to certain cells or sections in your warehouse. Maybe it's a cooler. It had to be refrigerated. Or in this case, you had to get more labor. You had to get a machine. You had to get ink, more supplies. And that added 30 cents a month to the cost of that mug. Well, you're still making a profit of 69 cents. Okay. Now, and again, what if the days of supply are different? You know, what if the mug you're turning every 3 days and the Gaylords are turning every 45? So you see how these numbers start to move around? Okay. So hopefully I've given a pretty good, you know, overall education of how this program works. Okay, so I'm going to do another program of things I would need from you to make this happen. And there is going to be some legwork you're going to have to get for me, but I'll walk you through it. And hopefully this was an educational video. And again, check out my webpage, costtoserve.net, and it's got these videos as well. Or again, give me an email back. I'd be more than happy to talk to you. I love talking supply chain. All right, folks, have a great day.